Hi everyone, I am Kumar Nikhil and this is the third video on my channel On The Go, and in this video we will discuss the remarks made by United Nations General Assembly's President Mr. Volkan Bozkir when he visited Pakistan a few days ago. The statement was made in context of Kashmir. So let's begin. Let's see what he has said and what was the response made by India. Before we hit the topic, we need to understand what is United Nations. Then we will go to United Nations General Assembly. United Nations was established on 24th October 1945. On 24th October 1945, when the First World War and Second World War took place in a very short span of time, and the Second World War had just concluded, and the disastrous events in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All the countries came together and made an attempt to form an organization, an international body, where all kinds of dispute could be solved through dialogues and through dialogue. And basically, it is an international intergovernmental body to increase the political and economic cooperation among its member countries. When United Nations was formed in 1945, it had only 51 members to begin with, whereas today in 2021 it has a strength of 193 countries, and almost every country is a member of United Nations. And when this United Nations was formed, the charter, or say the constitution, or the document on which United Nations works, was founded and signed on 24th of June 1945. United Nations has basically 6 important organs: the United Nations General Assembly, the Security Council, it is the most important organ of the United Nations, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. Secretariat is basically a body which takes care of the administrative part of the day-to-day working of the United Nations. In Security Council, we all know that there are 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members. India is one of the non-permanent member elected for the year 2021 and 22. Now the remarks which we are going to discuss has been made by the President of United Nations General Assembly. The Secretary General of United Nations is different and the President of United Nations General Assembly is different. We need to understand this particular thing. Do not get confused over here. Now let's see what is United Nations General Assembly. The United Nations General Assembly occupies a central position as the chief deliberative, policy making and representative organ of the United Nations. As I mentioned earlier, that all the members of United Nations are a member of United Nations General Assembly. United Nations General Assembly provides a unique forum for multilateral discussion of the full spectrum of international issues covered by the Charter. Here, Charter refers to the document which was signed on 24th of June 1945, which is the foundational document or the constitution on which the United Nations runs and functions. It also plays a significant role in the process of standard setting and the codification of international law. And as I said, that all member states are a member of the General Assembly, whereas all member states are not a member of the Security Council, but they are a member of United Nations General Assembly. Let's move ahead. Now we need to understand who is Volkan Bozkir. He is the President of United Nations General Assembly. He has made the remarks in context of Kashmir when he visited Pakistan recently. So first of all, let us understand who is this gentleman. This gentleman is a Turkish diplomat and a politician. He had served approximately 39 to 40 years as a diplomat, and after that he entered into politics. He has been elected as the President of United Nations General Assembly for the 75th session, which will end this year in September. The tenure of the President of United Nations General Assembly is of 1 year. He is elected in an election, and we need to understand how is this election conducted. As I mentioned, he has been elected as the President of its 75th session, which will end in this year September 2021, and the election for the President of 76th session will be conducted in the first week of June itself. So when he visited Pakistan, he made certain remarks which has been criticized by Bharat, and we have made necessary and the Ministry of External Affairs had issued a statement in this regard. So let us see what exactly he has said and what all what all dimensions he has opened which were absolutely unnecessary. Now what he has said is Pakistan is duty bound to raise the Kashmir issue. Both parties, that is India and Pakistan, must refrain from taking steps that could affect the status of Jammu and Kashmir. Point number 3, he urged Pakistan to raise the issue of Kashmir at the United Nations more strongly and said a special session could be held on the issue if enough countries petition for it. Basically, this statement in context of Jammu and Kashmir was absolutely unnecessary from a person who holds such office of such high importance of international organization, because Kashmir is a dispute which needs to be solved bilaterally as per the Simla Declaration, which was signed post 1971 war in 1972. It is a fact that Prime Minister Nehru took the Kashmir dispute to United Nations, but in 1972 in the Simla Declaration, both the countries, India and Pakistan, agreed that they will solve all their disputes bilaterally without involving any third party or any third institution. Therefore, this kind of statement by Volkan Bozkır was absolutely unnecessary and unwarranted. And by this statement that both parties must refrain from taking steps that could affect the status of Jammu and Kashmir, he has not mentioned the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A and all, but it can be derived and we can conclude that his indirect reference was towards the same. And he has urged Pakistan to raise the issue of Kashmir at the United Nations more strongly. But as per Simla Declaration, this issue needs to be solved bilaterally, so United Nations does not have anything to do over here. But still, he has made unnecessary remark in this context. And he has also said that a special session could be held on the issue if enough countries petition for it. That means if enough countries support this Kashmir issue on the United Nations, a special session could be held. Whereas every time and again, Bharat has reiterated that this issue needs to be solved bilaterally, and even when leaders of several countries have tried to mediate, we have categorically mentioned that this issue will be solved only and only bilaterally, and we do not require intervention from any multilateral body or any country for that matter. Let's move ahead. Now, this is the statement you can see on your screen which India has made. The Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, issued this statement on 28th of May 2021. What was written? What has been said? Let's see. In response to media queries on remarks made by President of United Nations General Assembly with respect to the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the official spokesperson said, "We express our strong opposition to the unwarranted references made with respect to the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir by the President of United Nations General Assembly, Volkan Bozkır, during his recent visit to Pakistan. His remarks that Pakistan is duty bound to raise this issue in United Nations more strongly are unacceptable. Nor indeed is there any basis for comparison to other global situation." Global situation here refers to that Volkan Bozkır made a comparison between Jammu and Kashmir and Palestine, whereas the ground reality on both the places are completely different. There are several factors for it. The Jammu and Kashmir has been on the path of progress and development since independence, whereas there are several kinds of issues in Palestine which we can discuss separately. But in nutshell, we can say that these two places cannot be compared on any parameter. They are not same on any parameter. When an incumbent president of the United Nations General Assembly makes misleading and prejudiced remarks, he does great disservice to the office he occupies. Very correct, because when a person holding an office of such high importance of an international body which has representation from all the countries, it is not some kind of small body that has representation from few countries or from countries of a particular continent or a particular economic size, whereas every country for that matter, be it developing, developed, least developed countries, underdeveloped, all are the members of this body. So a person holding such high office should not make misleading and prejudiced remarks, because it is not that he is not aware of the facts or of the incidents happened or of this or about similar declaration and other necessary things. He is well aware, he is well read, but still he has made such remarks which are misleading and prejudiced in nature. The PJA's behavior is truly regrettable and surely diminishes his standing on the global platform. It has been categorically mentioned by the Ministry of External Affairs. In nutshell, we can conclude that such statement being made by the President of the United Nations General Assembly is unwarranted. It was completely unnecessary and misleading and prejudiced, and it completely and surely diminishes the standing of such high institution and also of the person holding this high office on the global platform. Let's move ahead. Now we have seen what was the statement made by Volkan Bozkir and what was the response given by our side. Now we need to understand that how are these presidents elected. These presidents are elected through an election which is conducted as per Rule 30 of the United Nations Charter. The Rule 30 of United Nations Charter deals with the election, and what does it state? It states that all the president and all the vice presidents will be elected in 3 month advance from the beginning of the session. For example, the session will begin this year in the month of September. As the president and vice president is to be elected in 3 month advance. As I mentioned earlier, the election for the next session's president is going to be held in the first week of June itself, and the president will assume office only in September and will get relieved from his office only in next September 2022, whereas the president for 77th session of United Nations General Assembly will also get elected by next year June. The election is to be held on 7th of June 2021 as per Rule 30 of United Nations Charter, and in accordance with the established regional rotation, the president of the 76th session of United Nations General Assembly is to be elected from the group of Asia Pacific states. Now what happens, there are certain groups, and from all these groups only the president is elected. Now in this 76th session, the turn is of Asia Pacific. It means that someone from Asia will become the president of United Nations General Assembly. And as I mentioned about Volkan Bozkir, let me mention one important fact, that he is the first Turkish person to hold this office of high importance. And the elections are going to be held in the first week of June itself, as I have mentioned. Let's move. So these two are the candidates for the 76th United Nations General Assembly presidentship. The person on the left of the screen is Dr. Zalmay Rasool. He hails from Afghanistan, and the person to the right of the screen is Mr. Abdullah Shahid. He hails from Maldives. And these two are the candidates from whom one will be elected as the president of United Nations General Assembly 76th session. And as I mentioned, that this time the president will be from Asia Pacific. So I believe that the points are clear, that what is United Nations I have mentioned in brief, what is United Nations General Assembly I have explained, who is Volkan Bozkir, what statement was made by him, and what was our response, how is President of United Nations General Assembly elected, and how are elections conducted, and who are the candidates for the next presidentship. And one more thing before we close for this particular topic, that when Volkan Bozkir visited Pakistan during this time, he has been conferred with one of the highest civilian award of Pakistan by the President of Pakistan. The name of the award is Hilal-e-Pakistan, and it has been conferred to him in recognition of his outstanding service as leader who has served in United Nations. So this he has been served with this important award of Pakistan. And one more thing, one more quick fact which I would like to tell all of you is that Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit was the first Indian to be elected as the President of United Nations General Assembly, and she was the first Indian to hold this office and the 8th President of United Nations General Assembly. She was in this office from 15th of September 1953 up to 21st of September 1954. So it is not that any Indian has not held this office. One lady, whereas one lady, Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit, who was also the sister of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, has held this high office of this significant importance. But now we need to understand that why this statement was made by Volkan Bozkir, because as I mentioned that this office is of very high importance, and the person holding this office should understand the gravity of his position, of his designation, of the rank which he holds, and the institution which he represents. So for this we need to delve from the topic, we need to a little digress from the topic and understand the bilateral relation. As I mentioned that he hails from Turkey, we need to understand the bilateral relation of Turkey and Pakistan. Turkey and Pakistan are close allies. Turkey, under the presidency of Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey wants to become the leader of Ummah, replacing Saudi Arabia. Turkey wants to become the leader of the Muslim world. So Pakistan is a key ally for Turkey. They have a good, very solid bilateral relation from the very beginning, since Pakistan got independence, or since Pakistan got divided from India and it emerged as an independent state. And we all know that Pakistan is a nuclear state also, whereas Turkey does not have a nuclear weapon. So Pakistan can be of immense help for Turkey to get this technology. And we very well know that Pakistan, how did Pakistan got this technology in Pakistan? And there are various theories that Pakistan is engaged in smuggling of nuclear technology and all. But that is a different subject matter for altogether. But and as I mentioned that the Volkan Bozkir has been a career diplomat for 39 years. After that he was a politician, and now he's holding this office of high stature. So the internal dynamics, the domestic politics also plays a very critical role. Time and again we also have good bilateral relation with Turkey, but time and again Turkey has always mentioned about Kashmir. In 2019, in 74th session, mischievously Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the president of Turkey, while addressing the United Nations General Assembly, mischievously called Kashmir as the neighbor of India, whereas Kashmir, the Union Territory Jammu and Kashmir, is an integral part of India, integral part of sovereign India. No country, no power for that matter can deny this fact. So I have presented basically all the facts before you in brief and and I provided necessary detail. So that is all from my side. Thank you. And if you have liked the content, then only please like the video, subscribe the channel, switch on the bell icon, share the video with your peer group. That's all from my side. Thank you, and special thanks to my friends Gurpreet and Shubham. Bye bye.